Salam to all of you. Uh, we should start today with any question. I will continue with 229. Any questions before that? Chapter 2, verse number 29. So, to recap on 227 and 228, which we saw on Friday, who break the covenant of Allah after contracting it and sever that which Allah has ordered to be joined and cause not corruption on the earth. But they cause corruption on the earth, it is those who are the losers. We are not to be the losers in this world. We make a covenant with God that when I am born in this world, when I am created in this world, I will abide by His order. And that order is, He is the one for us from birth to death. There's none like unto Him that you can rely upon, and there will be tests for you on this earth towards this end. God is one who created you from nothingness, and then He will guide you through your life until finally the hour comes upon each of you. In the meantime, between the life and death, don't be a loser on this earth. By avoiding me, neglecting me, forgetting me, and not putting your trust in me. Never be a loser. This is the agreement. You need a quality life with a limited quantity given to you, say a short period of existence in this world. And your need for the day is very minimum, and you are enlivened by the day. At night, during sleep, you will be dead. The next morning, you will be raised up to a new world. Each one has a world for himself. And it is nothing that for everyone, one world is existing. Each and every one, his world, his time, and his means of life, everything is determined and measured according to what the covenant by which they are adhering to. I first remember the covenant that there is one who guides me all through the earth and none but Him. Today in this world and in the next world, in the heavens, it is He who would guide me from this life to the next world. And I have to be His friend all the time by imbibing His qualities and attributes. I must be well informed. I call upon Him, O the informed, and O the informer. He bestows upon me His wisdom, and He makes me see through all my life in this world to the eternity. Your life will go on, and there is no stop to your life because your life starts from the mind. That is again a covenant. Don't think that you have got only a bodily life, but you have got a life of mind which will guide your body, which will create your body. Your origin of your life is in the mind, and thereafter the body is created for you according to the level that the mind has been elevated by God. The mind is elevated to such an extent that you cross through the seven heavens and enter the spacious life. That spaciousness is here. Allah will expand your heart. To fill your heart with both the worlds, and you will be living in both the worlds at the same time. Today and tomorrow, I am living. And in total agreement, what I am living today is not tomorrow. What I am expecting tomorrow is not what I am living today. I want the best life tomorrow. After the best life, I want a better life. And after a better life, I want the best life. And after that, a best life, better life. So I have to raise up in my quality, in my degree, in my rank, in my status, in my dignity, and in everything. So by the moment he improve your quality, which is unseen. Wisdom is the quality unseen that is going to elevate you to the nearness of God. All the time, there is no one dearer than the near one who is God Himself. This is the covenant. Don't break away from me. That is chapter 2, verse number 27. If they break up, then they cause corruption and confusion here. Thereafter, there is always a bleeding all through this earth, the living on this earth. So, never be a corrupter of the mind and who causes confusion and create mischief and those who involve in chaotic life. They are definitely the losers of the mind. Whoever loses the mind, they are done away with by God. So the mind is not going to guide them anymore. Only their intelligence and brain will guide them. When there is no guidance, then what is being guided from here is whatever they know from the past. So their heart is turned backwards and their face is turned backwards. Whatever has gone by, they will believe what is in the offing, what is going to be coming towards you. You will be dismissing it as sidelining it. We are definitely going to be losers if we don't have the mind. We want to meet again after this day on Thursday, so the mind is set up now. My physical body is also gearing up to that moment. And then we are going to meet on Thursday for a better understanding, for some clarification or some questions to be thrown at, something that is not convenient to accept. All these things are the covenant that I make with my mind. That mind is now turning towards my soul, and the soul is the origination, that is the source of all origination, all my life, from this moment onwards until the end of my future in this world. And then I am now turning my mind towards my soul for my proper guidance, a leveled guidance, a guidance that will take me from one stage to another stage, so that my life will not be stale, will not be boring, will be enlivened, and it is enriching to me one after the other, because no one wants to go down in the status, but they want to improve in their rank and degree. That is the first chapter 227. So how we will behave according to 227 is, I look up to God all the time, the informer, the all knowing. Then I will say, I am not the one who is all knowing. I am not the one who is benevolent. I am not the one who possesses the wisdom. So I need the wisdom. I need information about everything. So I am calling upon Allah, means for the informer. Whatever need I have, I say Allah, the none but you, who will fulfill the need. Suppose I am in need of my wisdom, not knowledge. Knowledge is about the past. Wisdom is concerning the future. Knowledge is what I know already. Wisdom is what I am going to believe in what I believe I want as my need. So that need is with Him. The guidance is from Him. And the information of every single entity, single element, single identity of my wholesome future is with Him. Now my need is to be humbled before Him. So I will not claim myself superior to another person because another person is living in his own world. His time is different. You are a single individual. You will not be grouping together to perform something miraculously tomorrow. Each one is single concerning the next moment. Each one is single concerning the life they are living now. And so, oh, the single one, the only one who will guide me all through my life in this vast world of heavens and earth. So the covenant is over now. We are going to 228. How can you disbelieve in this? Is there a reasoning for you to believe that your mind is not created by you? Is there a reasoning to believe that the mind is not something tactile, something visible, and it has been ever there even before your birth? The mind and the soul is brought together, and the soul is teaching you everything about the godliness. The soul is teaching you everything about the origin, everything about the creation, everything about what should follow, everything about the do's and don'ts in this life. So that is the perfect guidance, and I believe in that guidance. There is no shortfall in that. There is no lack of evidence to that. There's no question that there is less reasoning in believing in my mind. So, believer in the mind or the believer in the unseen, how is it possible for you to reason out a thing that which is the truth in you, the mind and the soul together? They have to be joined together all the time. The soul guides your mind, and the mind dictates the physical body. And the physical body is a dumb slave to the mind. And the mind is a slave to the soul. And the soul possesses the godliness. How is that you don't believe in this? So if there is a reasoning to disbelieve in this, you can ask the questions in the end. I say there is no reasoning at all that I have a mind that's abstract, which is guiding me concerning the next moment. My mind is guiding, my physical moment is still until the next moment arrives. Tomorrow I want to do certain things, my mind is commanding, and my body is resting till the tomorrow arrives. And thereafter, whatever the mind commanded the day before, it is beginning to work in that direction. Whether the direction is leading to my goal or not, that's a different story altogether. That's a different event going to be. But my physical conditioning is because the mind's command, my physical is conditioning so that I will be doing this tomorrow. Before going to sleep, your mind dictates to you that you will go for cycling, you'll go for workout tomorrow at 5 o'clock, then alarm strikes here, 5 o'clock you're getting up, refreshing yourself, and start exactly at 5 o'clock in the way that you decided. So your mind is the master for your physical body. If you know about the physical body, there is the lung which has to breathe for you for your survival, the heart which has to pump for you for your circulation, the stomach, the digestive tract must digest the food for you so that it gives you energy for your exterior. All the internal physical organs must function for my exterior body to work. So, from internal organs function, we call it physiological organs and physiological function. That gives you an energy, a living energy for the physical organs, outward organs, for my brain, for my eyes, for my nose, my skin, for my limbs, for my body, and for external physical activity. This energy is grasped from the internal organs function, that is physiological function. Your mind commands the physiological function to be in perfect order, and your body is waiting to grasp the energy from the physiological source for my physical activity. All this leads to the mind being the supreme commander for your bodily activities. And unless you have physiological organs, internal organs functioning, there's no physical organs working for you. Mind that the physical organs must perfectly perform physiological organs for the physical activity. So again, in the physical, you have two different aspects of the material body. Physiological organs are controlled by the mind. Thereafter, the brain, physical organs start functioning, grasping the energy from the physiological organs that its digestion is taking place, its breathing is taking place, the circulation is taking place, its kidneys are removing the urine, and its liver is removing the toxins from your body and from everything that you are inhaling or drinking, whatever. The more I do my physical activity, the more I extract the physiological organs, functional ability. So what will happen to the physiological organs? Heart, lungs, all the organs, internal organs I just mentioned, it will weaken. The more you do your physical activity, the energy of the physiological organs to function to provide a physical energy to you is now going to be less energized because of unnecessary workout. When the whole world is performing this sort of activities, you are a single person, you will have to act against the world so that you become righteous to preserve the internal organs function. Without the internal organs function, your physical work, the energy required for your physical organs, outward organs, there's no way. Here is an example for you. Your heart must function properly. Your heart must function properly. It should not lose its energy. So you will not be working out. Physical workout, you will not involve unnecessarily unless there is a decisive need and a goal, unless there is a purpose for your life activity. There's no way that you can exhaust your physical, physiological organs' ability to function by increasing physical workout. How do I know that I am not exhausting my physiological organs inside? Say heart. Normally, my heart is functioning, pumping, but I don't feel it, right? I am not feeling my heart pumping. Suppose there is beating, faster breathing, that is palpitation. I am feeling my heart is pumping faster. It should not. When I feel my internal organ functioning, that is an indication that heart is getting weak, that my heart is getting into a distress situation, and that is sending SOS palpitation. I am palpitating. I am beating hard. I am not able to function smoothly. I am now aberrant. I am now chaotic. In your exercise, what happens? Your heart is pumping faster. Suppose you go on a race, it's getting faster and faster, and I am feeling the breathing, faster breathing. And I am going to sweat also, as again a heart disease. Beating faster and sweating is heart disease. I am creating wantonly a cardiac depletion, insufficiency that causes the beating of the heart. It shows that it is dying, it is suffocating. Don't feel the internal organs functioning, whatever workout you do. If you feel it, then your heart is weakening, it is sending you an SOS. It is easy. I am now creating a heart disease. Likewise, my breathing, I don't feel the breathing now. When I'm doing a workout, an exercise, then My breathing becomes faster. I am panting for breath. My lung becomes less energized. My lung energy is being sucked out now because of the artificial heavy breathing, and that is because of my excessive workout. So, how will you do the workout? You will not exhaust yourself as to feel the functioning of the internal organs. The moment you feel, you stop. That's enough. If you're climbing upstairs, you feel the legs are paining, not enough circulation is going on. There may be a few more steps. Don't exert yourself. Stop there. Let the pain go and then move up. Otherwise, you are straining the heart. You are straining the circulation. If you feel a bloated abdomen, then you feel the stomach is bloating. It is not functioning properly. It is not regaining its shape. So you feel discomfort. That is the digestive disorder. Likewise, you feel every single organs inside, whether it is working or not, by not feeling it's working. When you feel some organs function outwardly, there is a distress to it. Give as much rest as possible until it goes away, and then you can do normal work. If I am doing the push ups and weightlifting, my whole hand will tremble like this. I am holding my breath. You are suffocating your breath. Definitely, in the later years, you are going to have your back pain or shoulder pain or stuffy nose. You can't breathe. Always nose is blocked. Never do physical activities to such an extent as to feel my internal organs functioning. Heart pumps faster, breathing is faster, and you are sweating out. All these things are together. There is a chest running out of time. Lungs, heart, disease has started settling. Be mindful of that. Never do a workout as to feel the internal organs functioning. Both lungs and heart, if they are overstraining, then you produce sweat. You think sweating is good. No, sweating is bad. Whatever the majority does is bad. Whatever you do as a single one, contrary to that, with a singular reasoning, staying all alone independently when you are started thinking that is correct. I reject the men of entire world. I follow the one in him. In him I believe, in him I trust. Whoever informs me of what I have inside is the reality in truth. Is the truth in real times. So say he is the one, none but him shall inform you better than him. He is the one who created you. He is the one who will inform you of the truth. What I said is the truth. Entire world of science, the medical science, whatever it says about the workout, is bad to the evil, to the worst of your life in the future. Beware of the people's instruction and be aware of what God informs you of the truth. So, how is it that you begin to disbelieve Allah, the One? Chapter 2, verse number 28. How is it that you will disbelieve in Allah? You were lifeless before you were in a form. And when you were in a form in the womb, it is formed and unformed, a visible cluster of cells, that's all. Then I fashioned you perfectly and I gave you my breathing into it, and then you became alive. That my breathing becomes your soul. And the soul is now the guardian of your mind. Without your mind, there's no physiological organ function. Without physiological organs function, there's no physical activity to your exterior body. And you are a person with disease. Every single person is suffering from some disease or other, and there is no way they can get rid of the disease. Not a single disease can be eliminated from you the moment it starts setting in. From the time you feel a disease, it is setting in forever, and it is a disease of all your bodily organs, all your cells and tissues, not sticking to a single part in a single organ. One disease, somewhere, the entire body is contaminated with the same polluted life force, that life energy. You must be very careful about the people who instruct you and the one who is informing you. He is the one who gives the life, and there is no one on earth who can create a life, so none can inform about your life. My mind is suddenly terrified, and my heart beats faster, my lungs is panting for breath, and my whole skin is sweating out because of the fear. Is it a skin disease, or is it a lung disease, or is it a heart disease, or is it a disease in your mind that causes the fear? That slipped away from the peace and then begin to cause fear, begin to imbibe the fear from the external source, which is not there at all for them because they are living in their own world. Other person next those living in this one world, your father, mother, everyone is living in their own world. Their time is different, your time is different, their knowledge is different, their line is different, their understanding is different, their reasoning is different, everything is different to that of you. How can you take the instruction from the other people when they themselves are suffering? I am now turning to the one, and I am single here in this entire world. Unless I lead my life singly, turning to Him all alone, and the one and only from whom I am getting the information for my life into the future. Everyone must be single. There's no joining together, but you must join with the God, and there's no detachment from being in oneness with Him. So now I will give you the life. There is no terror in this world as to strike you to the worst, as to spoil your organs, internal organs, and as to deprive you of the external organs, the physical for the physical activities. There's no shortage for energy towards your physical end until the last moment. And He will capture your life, and in between, He will energize your life for all the goodness that you wanted in this world, which you started inspiring from Him that you aspire for from the moment that you're inspired of till the last moment. And He will again give you life when you become a loser because you forgot about the one who created you and you detached from Him, from the soul. The mind is detached now and it is now leaning onto the physical life. So I now believe in the next person, the world, the informers from the people, the intellect of the people, the intelligence of the people. Nothing is going to work for me to get relieved from my ailment, from my diseases. This must be a perfect platform, a perfect stage where I come to know that none can help another person. So He is the one who gave you the life, and He is the one who will take your life away when you are weaning from Him slowly. And you have come to a point of self-destruction. You have lost everything, and He gives you the life back to you. How do I know whether I have lost my life or not? It is my actual death? No. My mind is the controlling organ. My mind is the controlling entity. My mind is the controlling force of my physiological and physical body. So my mind is now drowned in sorrow. I am dead. Drowning means dead. I will see someone very much saddened, and I will say, "Are you drowned in your sorrow?" And I will tell other people also, he has lost his sense of life. He has lost his will to lead a life anymore from this moment. Any point of life that he is wanting to move, he cannot move. He is depressed. He is crestfallen. He has no belief. He has lost all his hopes. What to do now? He is now drowned in his sorrow. Someone else is now drowned in his grief. Somebody else is now frozen with fear, all the emotions when it is reaching its height. And I'm a person who's sick and I don't know what else to do. And I have lost faith in my life, myself, and there is no one to help. None can help you. If at all they can help you, they should help you with the best information and they should energize you by reasoning it out to you by way of wisdom. And thereafter, your mind will receive that wisdom, that instinct, and then it comes back to life. This is how, after you have felt the losing stage of your life and you are feeling that that is going to be the end of your life, and you are dwindling now slowly, mentally lost and physically I'm nothing else to do and I'm not able to move at all because my mind is in a totally depressed condition that is oppressing me like anything. I have totally lost my confidence and hope and the belief has not entered in my heart. What was to do? I have to look up to God now. Oh, the only one. And now I turn to God, the only one, and He now gives, opens up my wisdom, that is my soul, and it imparts belief to your mind. And what that belief is, don't worry, everything is going to be all right. That's the one word. I have to listen to that word, and I will be listening to that word, and I am revived now with all the blocks removed, and now I am seeing a very beautiful, bright life with a sense of deep inhalation. That is the new life given to you. So when you are dead almost, because your mind is depressed and you are physically limp, though you are energetically strong, you are not able to command it to move your body even. You are sitting in the same place because of the deep sorrow that has depressed you to the limit of death. So I am revived again. This life and death, life and death, life and death keeps going until the last moments of your life when it is decreed upon you. That will be the end point of your stated term here. The fixed term has arrived, the hour has arrived, now you have to leave. And that is the time I'll be revived totally. Now I look up to Him, save my life. You also go and doctor to cure my disease. They will do all sorts of nonsense. And finally, when you are on the deathbed, they will say, I cannot do anything about you. You go to your God. But I have detached myself from God long time ago. There's no way that I can turn to Him because the belief will not come today. This is the end of your life. The fixed lifetime has also ended, and your life is also going to end. Now, all that you have is nothing but the loss and loss, and nothing but the loss. I have no way now to think positively or to believe in anything that I want at this moment, except I would say my sadness, my bad, nothing more I can say. So believe in the godliness. Let the mind be turned towards the godliness. Let the mind not be shifted towards the physical organ, which is in control of your all physiological activities and physical activities, and which again is leaning onto the worldly knowledge. My world is merging with another man's world, and the people's world at large, those who are in groups, they've ruptured there. their boundaries of the world, and they are into raptures with the people, mingling all the worlds together in total chaos, in total confusion. There's always the question of bleeding to death, scorching to death, lynching to death, robbing to death, plundering, setting fire to every property of people. You have to fear the consequences of breaking my boundary of my world and entering into another man's world because they are in large numbers. Don't think they are living peacefully. They have all have a shattered world. They have lost their individuality. They have lost their world, and with that, that individual intelligence gone. Their belief will is one on the other, and that is a falsehood, and that is not the truth. None can give solace to another person, even to heart, or none can cure another person physically, and none can help anyone else physiologically also. Finally, when the death arrives, we will be turning to God. This is the 228. Now coming to 229. When he created you with the mind and soul together, and then from this, the individually, your body is created with physiological and physical organ in shape, in a perfect design. That is your designation. Your fashioning into your perfection as an individual is your designation. If that designation, individuality, is removed, you are nothing but a herd of cattle, one among the herd of cattle. You are no more a human being. So don't be joining together and lead your life. Even if you are husband and wife, lead individual life. And both of you join the godliness. Don't detach from the godliness. Whoever has made you come together, he will make you live together until the end of your term here. And he created everything in the world, in your world, for your sake, and for it is in your dispensation, if your disposition is towards God. If your disposition is towards your brain, nothing is in your hands, and you will not have control over anything, even if it is so trivial, even upon the dust, a speck of a dust, you have no control over it. Leave alone your entire body, a beautiful structure of all the creations. There's no way that you can control it, but you will be destroy every element of your body until you become dust. Now he says he created everything from the skies to the earth and every nature around you, hugging from behind, from front, from the sides. This total embracing of his grace upon you, and that gives you the comfort to the depth of your knowledge, to the depth of your heart. That is, from the depth of your heart, that is soul to your mind to the body. Everything is in perfect resonance, in perfect consonance. There's no enmity between one organ and the other organ. There's no rivalry between the mind and the soul. Absolutely in harmony, in agreement, in perfect order and shape, that you will not be a man crestfallen, but a man of total integrity. If you are going to mind your mind status with the soul, or your mind is detached to the brain, your whole world is shattered now. You will become from an individual to a slave amidst the groups of people, each and every group. One leader will be there, they will enslave you. But we have to be subservient to our one God. Preserve your world again. Now your life begins to start a new life, a life of independence. This is real independence. God is keen watcher over you, what you do. Definitely, I am watchful of my God's dictation, His dictate, His dictum. He is my emperor. He is my king of kings. Now your ascent is toward the heaven, right? If you are individual and you pass all the tests on this earth, there's a trial and there's an error. I turn to God, there's an upliftment. Again, there's a trial, there's an error. I turn to God, your position is elevated. Again, there's a trial, you fail, and you turn to God. Again, there is a higher status for you. This is the world God has ordained upon you. This is the world of worlds God has prescribed for you, one above the others. When a test comes, understand you last your life until the last moment. You take your life, make it last to the last moment. That's the turning point towards a higher ascent. Never fall to the ground, seeking the help of the people. Don't break open the barrier of your world's nature around you, your time around you. Don't enter into somebody's world. There you are lost. Never associate anyone to God, anything to God. And no, don't set up partners as you as a partner that I also must do something, then only God will help you. Don't enter into that misconduct taught by the people around you. Stay individual all the time, especially when you are tested with your trial. Then you seek from other people how to withstand my trial, and he will say by the word of God that you maintain your patience and belief. That belief is already given to you. Don't worry. Don't fear. Your life is going to be shining before you. And you are going to be elevated in rank very shortly. Don't think that you are losing your life here. Anyway, you will lose your life when the time comes. And before the time comes, you are not going to die. When the time has come, when the time has come upon you, there's no one to avert it. And before that, you can avail everything from Him if you turn to Him. Don't worry about death. The death will come to you anyhow, but only on the time prescribed for you. Before that, the death cannot come. Don't fear death. It will come. Don't fear death before it's due. And you do not know when it's due date, when the hour will when the hour will come to you. It is not revealed to you. So forget about death. And until the death comes to you, forget about your sustenance. It is His duty to provide you with sustenance. So turn to Him. Where is the fear now? Heavens and the earth are watching you by His leave. The more you believe and the more you stay individual and singly, the more independent you are, and you are given the independence now. You will not be dependent on anyone. Your wisdom will be ruling high, and the knowledge will be following you. Those who believe in the visible knowledge, forget them. They can't do any good to themselves, but they are the losers themselves. But if you stay independent, you will be believing in the unseen power, that is the reasoning and the belief, and then the faithfulness. The faithfulness only to Him, showing my thanks to Him, gratitude to Him only. I will be justified, and my understanding ability is elevated to better comprehension, and thereafter I will be led to a higher level for better perception, and whatever is inspired into me, I am able to perceive in the best possible manner. This is what I am living for. This is what I am capable as a human being. A human being must stay single, and he can be a beacon light for others who have fallen astray, who has broken open their their borders and entered into somebody else's world, whose life is already shattered because they are all living in groups. And your position will be a beacon light for them, a radiant emission from you. That power of emission will gather them all into one single entity called one single individual, and they'll be able to turn to their God. And again, their world order is rebuilt for them, unseen world for each and every individual should be maintained at any cost. So he will raise you from one state to another state, from one stage to another stage, from one degree to another degree, and your scale will be higher and higher. And before you reach your final end, that is death, you are already elevated. The body is mere a tool that will be removed in no time. That would be the beautiful elevation capturing, and I am straightaway seeing my heavens at this moment. So wait for the moment. Lead your life individually. Lead your life singly. And He has created everything for you, for your world in the heavens and the earth. And He created different ranks for you, for your heightened situation. And your position as a vicegerent of God is now determined. And you will be reigning the throne of your world from heaven down to earth. So behave in a way that in your world no one can enter except the ruling of God above you and below you and surrounding you. It is all a beautiful embrace, a lovely hug from God by the grace, by His grace. Everything surrounding me as a nature is hugging me, embracing me. That is the worldly life, full of honor, full of integrity before the people, that you are the man to be honored, for you are the guide for them and you show them the guidance by you standing a model before them. God will grace each and every one of us. God will given you a family. Everyone has the life of an individual world, and teach your kids to behave, to live individually, teaching them the honor of God on them, teaching them there's a soul and a mind. Live by the soul and mind together. This body is a slave to that. Don't fall to the lusts of the body. Don't fall to the desires of the body. The lust and desires will make you detached from your soul. Your mind will be detached to the debris, to the evil of the garbage of the bodily desires and lust. Never go for it. So teach everyone there is heavens for you above them, seven heavens. Behave in a way that only God can serve you. All that you want here, He can save you from all the misdeeds that I do, the consequences of which I will be freed from, and my elevation is made distinct and distinctly clear to you by the one who is informing you. I will erase all your misdeeds, all your evil behavior, provided you stay single until the end. I am going to elevate you. There's going to be a meeting point with me when the worldly things is not going to help you anymore. The level of your properties are coming down. The level of your wealth is going to come down, and you may be suffering from some disease also. That is the time you believe in me, you're going to be elevated now with a better life. So when there's a trial, when there's a test for you, you believe that is the turning point in my life. Only one thing I need is patience and perseverance in belief. In what I am going to believe, I believe in the word He has given to you. Don't worry. Don't worry is the mantra. Is the slogan, all time slogan for you, for everyone. Don't worry. In the name of the one, the only one, Allah. Here is 229, finishing. Any question now?
Salam, Doctor.
Salam.
Sajid here.
Yeah, good.
Where is this, don't worry in the Quran?
10, 62.
Sorry?
Chapter 10, verse number 62.
Chapter 10, verse number 62. Unquestionably, the allies of Allah, there will be no fear concerning them, nor will they grieve.
There are something like this. Chapter 3, verse number 139.
And to Allah belongs whatever is in the heavens and whatever is on the earth. He forgives whom He wills and punishes whom He wills. And Allah is forgiving and merciful.
Chapter 3, 176. Enough. Your question is answered right.
Yes. One thing, people in the group, they are saying Veda and, all this stuff. Why not say Quran directly? What is the problem in saying Quran?
So now only we are teaching them what Quran is to the listeners.
We can say that we are teaching Quran, right?
We are informing of Quran. Allah can teach Quran.
Yes, exactly. Surah Rahman. It's Allah who teaches the Quran. We are informing of Quran. So why not say that we are informing of Quran? Why say Veda and all?
If it is there, whoever knows Veda, let them say, yes, the same thing is there. Who says no?
I have a problem with that word, Veda. Why should we say Veda? We can directly say Quran. Quran is a beautiful word.
Now, I have to assess the Quran if it is right or wrong. Where can I refer to it to prove that the Quran is right or wrong? They will say that they are Vedas.
There are various verses in Quran where Allah says that the Quran is, Quran is from Allah and it is a very honest book.
Then who is honest among the Muslims to the Quran, those who claim to be Muslims? Leave alone
I'm
other
not
people.
talking about claiming to be Muslims. I'm just talking
unless
about...
you live as the Quran, how can you teach Quran to other people? How can you say that you are speaking Quran? Quran means what? Quran means what? Say the truth. That's all. Recite from your own life. You bring the citation and say a verse according to this. My life has emerged this way. That is Quran. Quran is reciting to them from your own life, from your own example, standing a model before the other people for whatever you espouse concerning the Quran. Quran is nothing but the truth, all-time truth. It's not a mere word. So that truth, even a person whom we consider as not being Muslim, which pronouncement is not to be mentioned by you, but we are doing it, right?
Right.
So other people whom we think that they do not know Quran, but they are abiding by their Veda, like they speak the truth, whereas we can't speak the truth. Who will not say that truth cannot be spoken out? Truth cannot be lived in this. With truth, we cannot live in this world. Everyone will say. And who says that there's not one? There's only one God. And who says there's no multiple gods? Who will deny? Finally, there's only one God. Even people who are worshipping so many gods, finally, when the testing point comes, on the last moment, they will say, if there is a God, he will not leave me. He may be Muslim, he may be Hindu, he may be anyone. But if there is a God, on that day, the one will come and he is given a new life. So, speak the truth. Veda means they say that it is the truth. That's all. Quran is the truth. They call Bible the truth. So let them stand a model to the truth and then prove. What's the difference between Veda and Quran? The purity. That's all. That purity, when somebody says he must live accordingly and prove the purity.
I don't know what Veda is actually. So I will
Veda means
find.
pure word. Veda means pure word, pure guidance to the people, human beings and jinns.
But I prefer using the word Quran. I don't prefer
You
using the word.
can. Who says no? You can.
No, I don't like people who use the word Veda.
So what do you mean by Veda? Tell me.
Whatever the meaning is, I'm not concerned about that word.
But you know the meaning of the word. Without knowing the meaning of the word, Sajid, what's the point in sticking to a ritual word Quran?
Quran is not a ritual for me.
Then tell me the meaning of Quran.
Quran is an honorable book given to me by Allah.
How is it honorable? How do
Because
you know
Quran
it is from
says,
Allah? How do you know it is from Allah?
I know for myself, I don't speak of others. I know that it is from Allah.
So everyone has their own right to say which word according to their understanding of the Veda or Quran or the scripture or the book.
I agree.
Here Allah says it is the book plainly. He doesn't say this is the Quran. Alif Lam Mim Zalikal Kitab. He says only Kitab. He doesn't
He,
say Quran.
yeah, he also says Quran at specific verses.
He also says the beginning itself he says the book, right?
Right. But he also says Quran.
Yeah. I'm saying
This is
Quran,
Quran.
also saying Veda, also saying book, also saying scripture, also saying the holy book.
No, God says this is a book, but in Surah Rahman, God says, I teach the Quran.
Yes, you teach the Quran. You want to read that first 4 lines?
Yes.
Read chapter 55. There's nothing in the name, but everything is there. There's
The most
everything.
merciful taught the Quran, created man, taught him eloquence.
What is the second teaching? What is the first teaching? What is 55.2? What is 55.4? What is in between man, the creator, the man? What is the order? How does it signify?
First he taught the Quran and then he created the man.
Start to whom? Only later on he creates the man. Then he teaches the Quran.
But
Do you know? Do you understand what I'm asking from you?
yes, I am understanding.
Okay.
But this Allama al-Quran is taught the Quran to everyone.
You said chapter 55. I'm saying there are 2 points in it. First thing is the most merciful. Before even Quran, he says the most merciful. What do you mean by that?
He is the most merciful.
Why he begins with the most merciful? Because you don't touch Quran. You have learnt Quran from everyone other than him. He is the one who taught the Quran to whom? And then only he creates the man. And he taught him the eloquence of it,
Why
the
we are
revelation.
hearing one after the other verses. Every verse can be taken singly, right?
Singly. Now I am saying 55.2, what does it mean? And 55.4, what do you mean? Okay. These are the 2 places where the Quran is mentioned now in this chapter. I am asking you, what is 55.2 and what is 55.4? What is the difference between the 2 Quran?
The 55.2 is he is the teacher of the Quran.
Then what is 55.4?
He is the teacher of the speech.
So
It's
what do you know
actually
about?
bayan.
But
word is
everybody is speaking. What you know, you will speak. Just now the 55:3 comes, he created man. Why he is interspersing the humanity there now? 55:2, 55:4, 55:3. Am I asking you a question with justification, or simply I am asking you? There is
I think
something in
it's
it, right?
simply. I think it is simply.
Yes, there is something in there we must understand.
I'm not able to understand that.
So, you know, the Quran means you should have understood. Take chapter 2, 185. It is not to be read without understanding. That doesn't go well with Allah, and He will not be satisfied with it.
This is the month of Ramadan, the verse.
Only first verse I want. First word, yes. This is the month of Ramadan, right? Go on, please.
Shahrul Ramadan.
The month of Ramadan, okay? That completes our 30 days from the first to the last, right? First to
Right.
30 days. So 185. The month of Ramadan is that in which was revealed the Quran, comma, the meaning of Quran is a guidance for the people. The meaning of Quran is a guidance for the people. Don't harm others is a guidance. If you harm others, it will come back on you, bouncing back on you. You will be the sufferer. That's a guidance. There's a guidance as well as there's a fear. So don't do wrong. That's again guidance. These are part of Quran, right? Let us be honest. Let us not be hypocritical. A word is there. So I will not cheat you, you will not cheat me. God will benefit us both together. That is Veda. That is Quran. That is guidance. Yes?
Yes.
So reveal
I
the Quran. Quran means a guidance for the people and clear proof why you should follow this guidance. So think. Without thinking, there is no Quran for you. And when you are thinking, you seek guidance from God in the proper direction that you will think. And a criterion. So everything proof is with a clear reasoning. This is the guidance, okay, as a criterion. So this is Quran. Quran has got three things in it. One is the guidance, another is the clear proof, another is the criterion. Clear distinction between right and wrong. These three makes Quran. Do we have the meaning of Quran now? Only when
yes.
you have these three things guiding you, then you have the right to call that I follow Quran. So what you read is only a text of the book. And what you get from that book is the guidance. Contextually, a text is made context, that is Quran for him.
This I understood, doctor.
So Quran means is not a word. You said I don't know the meaning of Quran. Now you know the meaning of Quran. Now it is the book which contains only text. It's only a translation. It's not a Quran until unless you are guided by the guidance in it, the clear proofs of it, and the clear distinction between the right and wrong. Which one you should suit? Which one you should follow? Which will suit you? Which you will pick up, and with a clear reasoning from him, so that you stand before others espousing the cause of Quran. Because we do not know the meaning of Quran, I am saying Veda, I am saying the book, I am saying Holy Scripture. Only when you come to know of a single verse that is completely guiding your present day situation, then your first day of Ramadan has come to you. you will be fasting on that date. Likewise, you pick up, Allah picks you up for the day when He will provide you the Quran of a single verse. For that, you will be fasting. In appreciation of His guidance to you and to glorify Him, you are fasting. The last sentence says that, why do you fast? In appreciation, showing of thanks to Him for the guidance you have shown to Him. All glory be to Him. So to praise Him and to appreciate His guidance and to be thankful to Him, you are fasting, not simply to starve, you are fasting.
Yes.
So we can say, until such time, all the three things put together come to me as a revelation. I don't say that I have received the Quran. I'm reading a text, that's all, the book. Now, when the appropriate time comes, I will teach you 55, 1, 2, 3, 4. Why in this order? Any
Sorry?
question you have? When the time is appropriate, we will come to this 55 chapter of Rahman. 55, 1, 2, 3, 4. We will come to that on that day. You will be perfectly understanding why in this order it is given.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other question?
சார் குட் ஈவினிங்.
குட் ஈவினிங்.
மீனாட்சி பேசுறேன் சார்.
சொல்லுங்கம்மா.
காலையில பேசுறப்போ சங்கை மாதம் ஏதோ சொன்னீங்க சார், எனக்கு அது புரியல சார்.
சங்கைன்னு சொன்னா உங்களை குளோரிஃபை பண்ணக்கூடிய உங்களுடைய தூய்மையின் காரணமாக எல்லா மக்களும் இப்படிப்பட்ட ஒரு மனுஷியான்னு பேசுவாங்க தெரியுமா? இவ்வளவு நேர்மையான ஒரு மனுஷன் பேசுவாங்க தெரியுமா? அப்படிப்பட்ட சங்கை மிக்க ஒரு நாள் உங்களுக்கு வேணும்னு சொன்னா இதுல இருந்து இந்த குரான்ல இருந்து ஒரு ஸ்ட்ரீக் ஆஃப் லைட், இஃப் யூ கெட் இட், தட் இஸ் தி glorifying a mark on your character, and you'll be a well marked person in this year, that has a behavior none is capable of matching you. That is the glorious day we will be expecting all our life, all our days during our stint here as human being. So every day should be a glorious day for us, for the people to see the light from us for their guidance. All will be happening by the leave of God.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Are you clear?
Clear, sir. Clear.
Salam to all of you. We'll meet again on Thursday, inshallah.
Salam, doctor.
Salam, doctor.
Salam, doctor.
Salam, doctor.
Thank you, doctor.
Thank you, doctor.
Thank you, sir.
Meenakshi, hello, Meenakshi, I have a request for you. Can you always tell your question even in English for us?
Somebody is.
Yeah, same thing. How can our days be glorious? I said in the Tamil a word sangai. She doesn't know the meaning of that word. That's all. Nothing.
Okay, doctor. Thanks, doctor.
Thank you, doctor.
We will meet again on Thursday at 8 o'clock by Allah. Salam to you.
Thank you, doctor.